don't see their mails for years. So what happens? I want to keep this data on my primary storage, which is like $1 per GB. I will move it after 30 days, this mail to tier 2 storage for 90 days, which costs me 50 cents per GB. After 90 days, I will move it to tier 3, which will cost me only 10 cents, right? And after 1 year, I will move it to the tape, which costs me 1 cent per GB. That's how they manage, using the right architecture, policy-based management architecture, tiering it, policy-based. Anybody else would like to activate?
One of the things earlier, people had to remove mails because you are going to get choked. So when it's today, whether you go to Gmail, Yahoo Mail, you need not delete any of your mails, right? So those things has happened. One is, as PK said, tiering. Tiering is a very good concept because you store the data into a least expensive mode depending on the usage, whether you have used it in the past or not. But also they have all re-architected their entire data center so that it can have large amount of data, and also good searching mechanism is put in place so that you can extract those data also very quickly. So it is, even though we feel that just my size just got increased, but the amount of intelligence that has gone behind in terms of architecting, in terms of tiering, in terms of extraction is phenomenal.
Yeah, actually, need to see the demo of probably Exchange Server 2007 from Microsoft probably, pending solution. See, one of the big data generation nowadays is through email. A big email attachment. So normally this attachment goes from one hand to another, and we are forwarding. I think they had a beautiful implementation where, see, any attachment, mail attachment that is forwarded internally from one person to another person, actually it will not physically, copy the data in all the places. It will check the attachment and actually it will only one copy in one place. And it gives only the pointer to other places. This is how, optimization has taken place in the mail. Because we had this problem in the earlier version of the Exchange server, managing the space within this Exchange server because of this, duplication of the data. See, one big problem is that many times people just forward the mails, and as our other panelists have told, even if it has lost the time value of the data, sometimes nobody will delete the data. See, the multiple copies are made in the servers, and users many times may forget the data also. So this is one of the problems. So it is always told that when there is a data growing or a large amount of data, it is adding capacity is just not the solution. Now, what is parallelly required? What is parallelly storage management system, SRM? Now to find out what is the critical data that is to be retained in the server, and probably we may have to go in for a tiered solution. High critical data in a highly expensive storage that makes the business sense. Then the data in the probably in a home disk, and probably the least expensive data in a least expensive medium like the tape library. Probably this type of solution will help us, the organizations, to cope up with the future challenges.
Yeah, very good answer. Good. And just to add on the this again brings down to single instancing, deduplication at a variable land, at a block level, fixed variable. There are multiple technologies within the data deduplication which you need to look at, which will give you most optimized, or the deduplication at the object level, message level, like the body and message both levels. There are enough technologies in the market. Right now to manage those challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is not a technical question, it's more of a business. The maximum audience that we have here is from academia students plus the faculties. Now, we heard that data is important and we assume that data has not become important all of a sudden. has always been important for the last 5, 10 or maybe 15, 20 years. Now, couple of questions linked here. One is the statement that Alok made was the EA program was launched in India 3 years back. The fact that usually research agencies like Gartner, IDC or Forresters usually do a good job to predict the future, saying this is what the trend looks like. Do you have any data, or maybe any data on what be an average salary that a storage engineer gets? I mean, that's a good indication about the demand supply gap. Or the way you have handled the challenges while recruiting or hiring these skills or going out in the market to explore those skills and the challenges that you have faced when you had nobody with this kind of skills available. So what were some of the things that you have faced? One. Second thing, any data, the recent past data that talks about the trends, maybe that could talk about the demand supply gap, maybe salary or something. That would be a good indication for us to analyze as what future holds.
I will take the question. Maybe I like taking questions like this. How much is the salary? Maybe I will come. If you walk outside during the break session, I will tell you. If I will jump out of your seat. At least let me give you in terms of percentages. It will be at least 50% higher than a typical administrator or an expert profile in any other area. At least it commands a 50 to 75% premium over other technology profiles. When I say other technology profiles, I am also talking about software development. Okay? What is the demand? There are a handful of storage engineers, probably we can count them.
Yep.
If we go to the website, maybe there will be less than 500 storage engineers. When I mean storage engineers, I mean really storage experts. Less than 500 people across the country. In terms of global, I would say if you're really looking at a storage expertise, I don't know what are your figures. Perhaps I would put it at about 5,000 across the globe.
Yeah, a little more. Just to add to Manju's, I'll give a simple math. Right? My experience. Number of years experience in the industry multiplied by 3.
Yeah, that would be what I wanted to say. 3 lakhs per annum multiplied by number of years.
Simple.
What is the projection? By 2012, IDC projects that we will require 1 million storage jobs across the world. This is the need. So there is a gap of 5,000 to probably 10,000, somewhere in that range, to 1 million. That is the gap that we have. And what is that maybe in my organization we have had a storage position. We have had, we have had almost 4 storage positions open for the past 6 months. Experienced storage engineers. We have not found them. We are taking the pain of owning the communication skills. We are taking the pain of training people on process, giving them base technology training. We are taking them through storage training. We are paying a lot of money. Let me tell you guys, you go and check, storage trainings are extremely expensive. I wish EMC comes to my campus first before coming here. I hope they did that. But the trainings are extremely expensive. The salaries are very high. We have to spend a lot of time, and it takes us 7 to 8 months to get an engineer productive. And my manager said, don't commit 7 or 8 months. It takes more than a year. Why do we say this? Remote infrastructure management services, and especially storage, because you have all this critical information, is like performing a heart operation.